What's up, guys? It's Techno Viking 23, and I am alive. It has been a long time since I've been able to actually get on YouTube and make a video or post any content. And I have just honestly been super busy with real life. I haven't really had any time for YouTube outside of just being able to come on here and see what's going on and watch other people's videos. Lots been going on in real life, which I'll kind of go over here a little bit briefly, just talk about what I've been up to and what my future plans are and things that have been going on with me. But first off, work has been really busy. I work in commercial real estate, which is surprising we've been so busy because all you really hear in the news is about how everything's down and commercial real estate struggling and all this. But the market I work in is pretty resilient to economical changes, so we have still been pretty crazy. We've got a lot of clients with a lot of liquidity and money to spend, so deals are still going on. And we're still pretty darn busy. We had a little bit of a slow period back in like April, but it's picked back up now, and we're just as busy as we've ever been. So I've been pretty much slammed with work quite a bit with real life, so that usually takes a lot of time out of my day. The other thing too is that you guys may remember I went skiing a few times earlier this year. It was the first time I had been back skiing in over 10 years. And really had a great time. It was something I used to do when I was younger that I really enjoyed, and something I had gotten away from just with where I live and not having money to go when I was, right after college, because I was, working and pretty much broke back then. But now I'm at the age where I can kind of afford to go if I want to, and I had such a great time when I went in February and March that I decided it's going to be something I'm going to get back into in the future. I'm going to try to go as much as I can every year now that I can afford it, now that I have my own gear. And there's a couple places that are close by here in Atlanta that are within like a 3 or 4 hour drive. I can kind of day trip on the weekend. And also, obviously, taking trips back up to West Virginia a couple times a year, go skiing up there a few times like I did earlier in the year. So what actually happened from that is when I got back from my last ski trip in March, I was able to go 5 times total. And I had an absolutely amazing time, but what I noticed was like I was just totally out of shape. I was gassed after 2 days of skiing. My whole entire body was so sore I could barely move on the 3rd day. And I remember when I was younger, obviously in my 20s, when I would go skiing, it's like we could ski all day, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, be completely fine. And what it made me realize was I really needed to get back into the gym. I've always been someone that's been involved with fitness. I was an athlete most of my life. I played 4 sports in high school, 2 in college, and have always maintained a pretty healthy lifestyle. My diet was pretty much trash in my mid-20s through my 30s because I had a pretty good metabolism and was working out a lot. I could eat whatever I wanted pretty much. That's obviously changed quite a bit over the last couple of years. But during the whole pandemic thing, I actually got my diet in really good shape. I was eating very good, and that's actually probably why I didn't gain a ton of weight during the pandemic, was because I was actually eating a lot healthier than I'd ever been. Right now I eat pretty much the healthiest I ever have in my entire life. But I got really lax going to the gym during that period. I have my little home gym here at the house with some weights and my bike, but I would just get lazy with it, and I wouldn't go every other day or a couple times a week, and I was just kind of letting it go. And thankfully, obviously, like I said, because of the diet, I didn't really gain any weight, but I decided, I really have got to get back in some kind of shape where I can do athletic things at my age. And so since I got back in March, I actually sat down the week I got back. I put together a gym plan and some goals and things. So I have been in the gym 3 or 4 days a week. I've been started walking a lot more every day, and then that went from walking and jogging to now I'm back actually running, doing 5Ks on my own around the neighborhood. We've got a pretty nice little walking trail that you can jog or run on here. So I've been working on that. I got a spin bike that I got a couple weeks ago, and I've just been hitting it pretty hard, and I have lost 15 pounds since I got back in March. I'm doing it kind of slow. I'm lifting weights at the same time I'm doing cardio and things, so it's kind of a slower weight loss, but it's a weight loss that's maintainable. That's you're not gonna put it back on. I'm not crash dieting. I'm just actually doing my just normal diet, so I'm not hungry at all. I have a little bit of a calorie deficit every single day, and it's been great so far. The reason you really don't want to do a crash diet is because as soon as you come off that diet, you usually will wind up being hungry, and you'll start eating again like you used to, and you'll gain all the weight back. But I'm trying to do something where I'm getting stronger, but also losing a little bit of weight. My goal is to get down to 235 right now. I am 6'4". I was 255 back in March. I'm down to 240 right now. I was about 260 at the start of this year, so I've actually lost about 19 pounds, I think, altogether for the entire year. Heaviest I've ever been was around 270, and then back when I was in my 20s, you know, I was usually right around 240, 250, but I was lifting a lot back then and in really good shape. And then in college, I was like 8% body fat, played basketball and golf and some other things. And so now it's like my goal is just I want to get back down to 235, and then we're going to see from there if we can get back down into the 220s. But my short-term kind of, 6-month goal was to get down to 235. So I'm pretty close. I do weigh-ins every 2 weeks. So it's been pretty cool. But that is taking a ton of my time because basically I work all day. I get off work about 6 o'clock. I go right to the gym at 6. And usually hour and a half, get back from the gym. It's time to eat dinner. Do the dishes, any errands or anything I need to do usually takes place after dinner. So by the time I get done with my day, usually it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And then, going to bed by midnight. It's like that leaves me a couple hours at the end of the day to, get in my gaming time, which usually I wind up playing Overwatch 2 with my group of friends that still play the game. But it doesn't leave a whole lot of time to make content, and that's the thing. And then on the weekends, I'm pretty busy on Saturday because I'm running out, taking care of stuff, and hanging out with friends, around the house. And Sunday's kind of just a chill day. I just kind of relax and don't really do too much. So there just hasn't been a lot of time for me personally to make any content. Really to put on YouTube. And the other thing too right now is I have been playing Raid. I still am playing Raid. I'm going to put some videos out on that hopefully this week if I can get to it. But I basically play like a turbo casual. I don't actually really focus on anything too much anymore. I log in, I run my clan boss keys, I burn all my energy, auto battling on whatever dungeon I want to do it on, and that's pretty much it. I haven't really been doing much on any of the accounts. The only account I'm really playing with any kind of enjoyment right now is the newer free-to-play account we started in 2023, which I'll need to do a video to kind of catch up on that account. We're getting kind of far into that one. It's been pretty enjoyable. But my main account and then my free-to-play account, actually is almost getting toward the 3-year mark, and then my main account is 3.5 years into the game, and there's just not a whole lot of stuff left to do in Raid for me, and there's not a lot to make content on at this point because all the stuff that's out, there's hundreds of videos. There's so many content creators now in Raid. It's like you got 30-40 videos on the same exact thing, so there's really nothing left for me to do in terms of making content in the game until maybe I come up with an idea or something I want to do. That's the other thing too, I just don't have any ideas right now for stuff that I want to do because it just involves so much time to get in there and build a new team for something, or try to figure out new champions I want to use for something. So that's kind of where I am with Raid right now, and there's a lot of decisions that Plarium's making here lately that really are turning me off from the game. I still play the game because I enjoy the core mechanics of Raid, but I really don't enjoy the direction the game's kind of been going and some of the new content they've been adding in. I really just don't even want to engage with most of it. I still have not set foot in Live Arena a single time, and I've seen a lot of people at this point are saying it's like just a waste of time for the most part, and people aren't super happy with it. And I kind of called that when it first came out. I'm like, I don't think this is something that anybody's really going to do long term. It's just more grind, and we'd always tell them, hey, this game takes forever to play every single day, and people are tired of having to spend all this time on the game. Stop adding stuff in that just but everything they've put into the game is just an extra time sink. And that's another thing that's really kind of turning me off from Raid a little bit. And the other thing too with the Raid is like I work from home. I'm very fortunate in that fact, and I have 2 computers in my office. I can run Raid in the background pretty much all day while I'm working. If that wasn't a fact, I doubt I'd be playing the game still, or I'd only be playing like my one main account, if that maybe. But as it stands right now, I haven't really been doing much hardcore into Raid. I've just been getting on, doing my dailies, and logging off and going to play other things. I'm still playing Destiny 2 here and there, even though that game's kind of gone to crap as well. And pretty much every game I play now is just the developers have just said, screw it, and we're not going to do much with this game anymore. Outside of Final Fantasy 14, it's really the only game I play where the developers still kind of give a crap about the people playing the game. I did try Diablo 4. I might do a video on that. I have kind of mixed feelings about that game. Mainly because I'm just not someone that enjoys the gameplay of Diablo games, the top-down style and the combat systems. Just not really anything that's super exciting to me, but might do a video on that just for something to do. Put it out here, but there's really nothing out on the horizon really that maybe Starfield, but it's kind of hard to have any faith in Bethesda right now because it seems like everything they put out is always bad at launch, and pretty much every game coming out now it seems like it's bad at launch. So I was kind of surprised Diablo 4 went so smooth when it came out. But yeah, there's just really not much going on right now. There's really not much I want to make content on, so it's kind of just something where things got stagnant. I just was like, you know what, I haven't made a video in a week, and then it got to 2 weeks, and it was 3, and it's like I'm just too busy. I don't have time to get on here. You know, like I said, when I get done with my day around 9:30 or 10 o'clock and I sit down, like the last thing I want to do is spend a couple hours, you know, figuring out content, editing content, making a video. It does take time. Even if you don't do this for a living, it does take a lot of extra time if you want to try to put something together. Even this crappy video I put together here is, it probably took me two almost 3 hours to kind of get everything together and get it posted and everything. So, you know, that's actually the cool thing though, is I don't do YouTube for a living, so I can kind of come and go as I please and make videos on kind of whatever I want to make the videos on. So may see a little bit more of that. Actually, I'm probably going to do a review of the new exercise bike I bought because I'm kind of disappointed in it, so that could be maybe a fun video to do. But yeah, we're just going to keep on going through life and seeing what happens here. I do have a couple vacations lined up here toward the end of the year. Going to go hiking up in West Virginia in September, and then hopefully toward the end of the year we'll get some snow down here in the Mid-Atlantic, and maybe I can get up to North Carolina and a couple other places to go skiing and get some more skiing videos done as well. But I just kind of wanted to make a video and let everybody know, you know, I'm still around. I'm still doing the same old stuff. It's just I don't really have a ton of time right now to make videos, or really there's not too much I'm interested in making videos on, I guess is the case. But we'll maybe put together a couple videos for Raid here this week and kind of give my thoughts on the state of the game right now. Kind of maybe do an update on the newer free-to-play account we're doing in 2023. But that's pretty much it for now. Go ahead, and if you guys have any questions, as always, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. I'll do my best to get you an answer as soon as I can. As always, hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.
I do expect you to try.